Welcome Hurricanes fans around the world, and in today's video I want to talk about something that's pretty exciting. We all know that Miami is known for having some of the greatest wide receivers in all of college football, with names such as Michael Irvin, Reggie Wayne, Andre Johnson, Devin Hester, and Santana Moss, just to name a few. It's difficult to be considered one of the greats when playing the wide receiver position at Miami. You have to have that special something. You know, you got to have that little something that makes you different, that makes you stand out, that puts you above the rest. What if I told you that Miami's next great wide receiver enrolled this year in 2018? Hurricanes fans and haters alike, get used to hearing the name Brian Hightower. Now here's the crazy thing. Hightower has not played a single snap in a regular season game yet, but let me tell you something. This guy has that extra something that we were talking about earlier in the video. Now, before all of you think that I'm crazy, which I know that most of you probably already do, let me give you some more details on this guy. Brian Hightower in high school attended Calabasas, or is it Calabasa? I'm going to sound really dumb here probably.
Oh.
They're going to...
I didn't know if you were actually talking to me or if you were doing that.
They're going to rip me up in the comments for this one. Calabasas.
Calabasas, California.
Calabasas. Perfect, because it's in California. Okay, so that's not important, but it is Calabasas. So Brian Hightower, let's start over. Brian Hightower attended Calabasas High School for 2 years, which is a high school out in California. Now, honestly, that's kind of not important. I mean, he posted some huge numbers at that school. But here's the thing, it's not really, it's kind of just a meh school. Like no one really knows about Calabasas out in California. So after those first 2 years there, he transferred to none other than, now some of you guys might know this one, IMG Academy. It is the school, and I mean, there are others, okay, don't get me wrong. But overall, it is the school known for developing players for college ball, getting them ready for the next level. Now, his senior year at IMG Academy, he had the offers just flowing in. He received offers from from Clemson, USC, Auburn, FSU, Florida, Georgia. Let's see. We're not even halfway through the list, so I think you get the point. Lots of other schools saw his potential. I mean, the list there just goes on, and of course Miami being one of the schools on that list. Now let's fast forward a little bit. Of course, Brian Hightower accepts the offer from Miami. I mean, the obvious choice out of the list of schools. And let's fast forward to the spring game. If they were to give out an award for MVP for the spring game, it goes to this guy. Brian Hightower balled out in the spring game. He had 4 receptions for 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. And keep in mind, this guy is a freshman, so he's still adjusting, getting used to the speed of college ball and learning the playbook and just really feeling everything out. 100 yards and 2 touchdowns on 4 receptions in the spring game at Miami with Miami's corners and safeties and things is amazing. I mean, that's really It shocked a lot of people. It surprised a lot of people in a good way for the Miami fans. And really what honestly is more important here is Hightower's ability to control his body and his just overall physical play at the wide receiver position. A lot of wide receivers just honestly aren't physical enough these days. If you really go back and just watch the tape of him at spring practice, running the drills, and in the spring game, as I mentioned, his ability to catch over the shoulder passes and just control his body to his advantage when he has a defender on him is really one of the things that I noticed first when watching this guy play football. And really, when you think about it, over the last few years, Miami has had some really good wide receivers. I mean, don't get me wrong, they've been okay. They've been pretty good, okay? But I feel like that all of them, and some of you are going to argue with me on this, I feel like all of them have been very injury prone or bad about not finishing routes and fighting for the ball. That's the number one thing that kills me with the wide receiver, is not finishing routes. And if there is something he needs to improve on, because again, we always need to be putting in work and trying to get better and just learn more about the game. But if there's something that he needs to improve on, I would say it is blocking when you go back and watch the tape. But I really feel like, again, that he's going to bring back that physical, I'm going to catch the ball and run you over, or I'm going to jump over you. It's going to be one of the two, and he's going to bring that play style back to Miami. And I understand that a lot of you are going to say, Coop, it's too early. He's a freshman. It's just a spring game. What are you talking about? I understand that it is very early on. I mean, again, he's a freshman. All we've seen is practice in the spring game. But you know when you kind of just can tell. Just you get that sense of that extra something that's there. And a lot of times you just know. And this guy, I think, honestly, is going to be one of the greats at Miami at the wide receiver position. And because the thing is to be one of the greats at Miami also, it's about more than just stats. You have to bleed orange and green. And this kid came all the way over from California, played high school ball, finished out his high school year in the state of Florida, and then had all these offers pouring in from these just huge schools that, honestly, some schools, let's just be real for a second, that are winning championships right now, that when they were making offers to him, were winning championships, were playing in championships when they were making him the offer, but he still chose the U. I think that Brian Hightower, the kid from Cali, who chose Miami over many other major schools, is going to be a player to remember. And the best part is that he's just getting started. And let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about Brian Hightower. I know you guys saw his stats from the spring game and maybe saw some clips of him playing, catching the couple of those passes from Nkosi. But let me know what you think about Brian Hightower down below. Are you excited? Do you think that he could be one of the greats at Miami? It's okay to disagree with me. Let's just talk Miami Hurricanes football. Let me know down in the comment section below. And also, my wife does still sell Miami Hurricanes decals on her eBay page. A ton of you guys have already ordered them, and I greatly appreciate that. I think they're very reasonably priced, and they have free shipping. So feel free to check that out. I have a link in the description down below. And also, you guys know that I could not end the video without mentioning this. Some of you guys, Coop, we know already. When we get to 3,000 subs, I will upload the Miami Hurricanes 2018 rap video. Again, we dissed a couple of different schools, but again, 3,000 subs and we'll drop that video. And remember, guys, again, we're all one big happy college football family, but at the end of the day, I gotta say, it's always better when you get to rep the U. College football vids, peace out, guys.